Hi everyone, my name is Chanel and I am the bun mom behind Buns and Mellow. So welcome to our channel. If you're new here, maybe you're not new here, you've seen us in our shorts. We usually do short form content, so yeah, it's so weird to be on camera right now. Bear with me, I am getting over a cold, but I did promise to make a video about Marshmello, who is the other half of Buns and Mello. He did come before Quartz. Yeah. As some of you are aware, I have 3 bunnies. So Mr.Bunbuns is my first one, and Marshmello was my second one, and then my baby girl Quartz came third. So yeah, hence the channel is Buns and Mello. It was Mr. Bunbuns' name and Marshmello's name put together. Yeah, I don't even know where to start really. This is a video that I've wanted to do for quite some time, and yeah, I just finally got around to it now. Yeah, it's been a while. I feel like Marshmello's death anniversary is November 9, I believe, and that happened in 2022. So yeah, I wanted to get Buns a friend, so I ended up getting this bunny off of Kijiji. So the reason why I chose Marshmello in the first place was I saw his living conditions. He was in a cage, and like his paws were so yellow. Like I feel like I'm gonna insert some photos or something in this video too, just to see his journey and stuff with me. And it was quite, I felt like I really need to rescue him. There was just like a calling in me that I was like, oh my god, like they do not know how to take care of a rabbit at all. And I'm just like, he could have like urine scalding and all these things. And I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna rescue him and give him a good life, because we say no to cages on this channel. We like free roaming. We also like pen enclosures, exercise pens and stuff like that. But anyways, okay. So yeah, essentially they thought that Marshmello was a girl, so I thought Marshmello was a girl. And typically speaking, like the bonding, I shouldn't say traditionally, but like the more formal, the more quote-unquote easier way to bond bunnies is with a male and a female. Obviously have them spayed and neutered before that. You don't want any accidents happening. But it was a nice surprise that he's a boy. So yeah, that was kind of funny. Regardless, after he was done with his checkups and stuff like that, like I did want to get him and Buns bonded together. So when I arrived at the lady's place, she essentially told me that her daughter was having mental health issues and that she wasn't able to support or take care of Marshmello. He was the cutest little lion head, and like he was a bit more bigger in person, and like I guess when the ad was taken, like he was just like a little baby or something like that. But anyways, when I saw his living conditions and like the cage situation, I was like, it's awful. His litter box hasn't been changed for so long, and so I was so worried about him having like urine scalding and stuff like that, because there's no padding between the fur and their skin for bunnies. So that was really a concern for me. The lady was really nice, and like she offered to give me the cage, and I was like, I'm not taking that, no cages here and stuff. She's like, it was really expensive. I was like, I don't care how much it is expensive, I don't want it. So Marshmello stayed in my kitchen and Bunbuns was in the living room. It was just my living situation at the time, was what I could do in the meantime. So I would take them separately into my room so that they could have free roam time, yeah, until they were bonded, and that was my hope. So Marshmello was easy to get along with, and he was so trusting in me, and just seeing like the progress of how he was from when I got him to when, like, you know, to the very end kind of thing was just amazing to see. But yeah, he was, I would say he had more dog-like personality. Yeah, he had more of like a dog-like personality. He would always like flop beside me or near my feet, or just like, yeah, he's very cuddly, and that's not very common for bunnies. Like, he was pretty perfect. No, he is perfect. I tried doing like the bonding process with Buns and Marshmello when he was all like neutered and ready to go. There was that. I was very hopeful, even though they are two boys, or when I found out that Marshmello was a boy, I was like, I'm not gonna, that won't stop me from bonding them, kind of thing. But yeah, it didn't go so well, I would say. It was quite the journey in itself, trying to bond them and just like slowly introduce them to each other. And like I watched a lot of videos, joined some Facebook groups I think that they had for bonding. And yeah, so I think it was I guess at that time November 7 or November 8. Like he's quite like the zoomies. He loves banking, he loves his food, and just one of those days he started to become super lethargic and just refusing to eat and drink water and stuff like that. And I was like, it really wasn't like him to be like that. He was such a happy bunny and very, very loving and very cuddly and stuff like that. So I knew something was wrong for sure. Yeah, it was tough to see him to go through being very happy and very just not like himself, right? But I was like, okay, maybe it's like GI stasis or something like that, because that was maybe the first time I would have experienced GI stasis. I was like, okay, I'll try some like home remedies in the meantime that I researched to go to my vet that I trusted with going through all of this. So yeah, I brought him in, and it was weird because I didn't think I'd be leaving without him. So like at the time I think I just like let them know kind of thing where he was at. Like oh, my memory's kind of foggy and stuff like that, but just yeah, essentially I told our vet the same thing. Like he wasn't eating well, or he didn't like to eat or any treats. He was like very lethargic, and it was all of a sudden, and like I didn't know what to do kind of stuff. And so I had to leave him in there for a while, and I was fully expecting them to do like x-rays, all these things, so that I could take him home for the night and stuff like that. But that wasn't the case. Yeah, his health just started to go down even more. He like, I'll probably insert all like the photos and stuff from like the x-rays that he got done, and essentially they just said that there wasn't anything that they could do, or like all the tests that they were doing were showing nothing. I'm just gonna look at the notes that I had written down for my notes, what I had there. But yeah, that's what I wrote on November 12th. That was the autopsy, I guess, afterwards, because I basically had two choices at the time: to either do a surgery to try to I wouldn't say even prolong his life, but it was to basically do a surgery to see if like to really see if there was any bigger issues. and stuff like that when it came to him. But the vet said that like the rate like of survival, like it might have been more like inhumane to put him through that and stuff. Like I was only given the 2 options, was to like do the surgery or to just like euthanize him, and I never thought I had to do that so early on. Alrighty, I had to get some tissues and blow my nose because yeah, that was quite the thing. Yeah, having the 2 options didn't really seem ideal. Obviously, I didn't think I'd have to make a decision to euthanize marshmello at all. Like, it was definitely the most hardest decision I've had to make in my life. 1000%. And like, it's a specific kind of grief, I feel like, and everyone feels it differently, but to know that you decided to end their life it takes a toll on you for sure, because it's like I said, like if it went through the surgery, what if he survived and stuff like that? What if he magically became a better magically became better in terms of his health, right? But seeing him and how like he was on like the IV, I believe it's IV or something, or when they brought him out to me, like he was not doing so well, and that's why I did make this decision to euthanize him, because that would have been the like less cruel way and things like that. Like I'm so thankful for like the vet team of where we go, because they all have been like pretty amazing in terms of checkups and any concerns that I have with any of the babies. So yeah, basically they walked me through how the euthanasia process was going to work. I believe it was a needle that they were going to put into him, and that he would be essentially going to a very, very deep sleep, and then eventually his heart would stop. So it was a very peaceful way. So I was comforted in that, because I was stressing like if there was going to be any pain or any discomfort, anything like that. Like I wanted his last moments to be comfortable, right? And so they started the process. It was just me and the vet and the vet tech, and so I was holding him, gave him a lot of kisses, all those things, and like slowly he would, yeah, his breathing slowed down, and then eventually his heart stopped. So it took me a while. Even when he was like, his heart stopped, it was actually gone, I still needed a few minutes to just be in the room. I don't think it was a few minutes, a while and stuff like that, but I needed time just to be with him and to process it. It was tough. He is still with me, obviously. He was cremated, and he's in this lovely white little heart. Maybe I'll add a photo as well so you guys can see what he looks like. And I also got paw prints done as well for marshmello, but I just really wanted to put this story out there and just like to support anyone that's going through pet loss and grief, because it's really tough. I don't think the grief will ever go away. I think it definitely it comes obviously every year, when it's his death anniversary. I think it hit a bit harder this year as well, just because seeing, or was it last year? It might have been this year. Sorry, I can't remember. But when I heard that Lennon the bunny passed away as well, I couldn't bring myself to watch those videos just yet, because I knew what would happen, or what would that open up for me again, kind of thing. But I did promise myself to make this video for marshmello because he was loved, and I gave him the best care that I could at the time, and still now. Like, I stand by my decisions, and that's something I'll have to live with for sure. And just yeah, just I know one of my friends, actually, she lost her she had to, I shouldn't say lost, but she also had to make the decision to euthanize her cat this year. And it's just, like I said, it's like a very specific type of grief that it's like you would not want anyone to be put in these decisions to euthanize, or to potentially, you know, try to do everything as much as you can to keep them alive. But like, is that really a humane thing to do? A selfish thing to do, right? Like, you want to prolong their life, but at the same time, like, you have to also weigh your options. And to, yeah, baby, hey. But yeah, eventually, yes, the doctor said like it was hereditary. It was nothing I could do, and that brought me some sort of peace of mind, in a sense, that like truly there was nothing I could do, and that it wasn't my fault. I think that's the biggest part for me, was the guilt and the like being so powerless. Like, I couldn't do anything. Yeah. marshmello was really loved. I knew I gave him the best care that I could, and give him the best life that I could possibly give him. And I know if it wasn't for marshmello, Quartz wouldn't be here either. So I'm grateful for her as well, and for him for doing that, because it didn't stop me from getting another bunny and a bonded partner for Buns. And I'm glad I was finally able to make this video about marshmello. He was literally the most loving bunny you could ever ask for, and the most cuddliest. I'm biased though, maybe. No, he was amazing. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the video. You'll see us again on all of our shorts that we post, and take good care, and catch you next time. Bye.